think of a French woman, you envision this unapologetically unfiltered, cultured and liberated woman, with a cigarette in one hand and a vintage edition of Sartre or de Beauvoir in the other. This was Simone Signoret. She was a wildly fascinating woman. Her life was so colorful with ups and downs, as if she was the main character of her own life. We can regard her as a pioneer of female liberation and an icon of transatlantic cinema. Not many wanted her to succeed, but she proved them wrong. Growing up in Nazi-occupied France during World War II, after fleeing Germany since her father was a Jew, it was far from easy for Simone growing up. She changed her last name from Kaminker, which indicated her Jewish heritage, to her mother's maiden name, Signoret. She would sneak out of the house and visit the left bank cafes to mingle with the eclectic crowds of writers, artists, musicians, and filmmakers. Nazis would not go there. Simone, in her late teens and early 20s, stood out in the crowd already. Her unique hooded blue eyes and her love for film and all things art-related made other artists notice her. She would even help hide thousands of French films from Nazi destruction. With her connections in the arts world, she started acting in small roles in the early 40s. She worked illegally, without a permit, and eventually acted in the films of leading French directors like Buñuel and Clouzot. From the get-go, Simone infused her roles with fierce tenacity, already provoking the status quo of how limited women's roles were. Quite similar to Anna Magnani, Simone was earthy, genuine and intellectual. Her career took off in the 50s with appearances in La Ronde, Casque d'Or, Les Diaboliques and The Crucible, which was in theaters, all throughout the 50s. 1959 was Simone's big break. She was cast in the independent British New Wave film called Room at the Top. This film won her numerous awards, including Best Actress at Cannes. And when the time came for the nominees for Best Actress Oscar to be announced, Simone was included. Hedda Hopper, the most popular right-wing celebrity columnist in Hollywood, detested the fact that Simone, a left-wing liberal, was advancing in the Hollywood realm, and on top was getting considered for an Oscar. Hopper did whatever it took to not get Signoret a moment to shine. But who was Hedda Hopper to come in the way of a well-established European actress from getting an award? At the 1960 Academy Awards, Signoret was up against Audrey Hepburn and Katharine Hepburn. Ultimately, Signoret found herself rushing up to the stage to accept her award. She was the second French-born actress after Claudette Colbert and the first fully French, non-American actress to win the Best Actress Oscar. The star, who now was a household name, appeared in a few other Hollywood films, but preferred to work in France. Signoret worked all up until her death in 1985. Although her personal life was tumultuous with themes of adultery from her partner's side, it made her even more admired by audiences because she was relatable and real. On top of her extensive filmography that consisted of films like Term of Trail, Ship of Fools, Madame Rosa, and I Sent a Letter to My Loves, Signoret managed to indulge in theater productions too, and even writing memoirs and a novel. Her no-frills attitude, her advocacy for aging naturally and gracefully, and her human approach to acting to this day is a rare and admirable combination to have for such a wildly popular actress. She said, "I got old the way that women who aren't actresses grow old." After spending 4 decades in the business of film, we can safely say that Simone Signoret is a highly identifiable and one-of-a-kind leading lady.